well before the top of the hour, so you can get those bets in for those primetime games. Because what we do here on the Drive-Thru Show is give you primetime picks, live free picks from the primetime games. And let's show you who we got on book for today's show. We have Jovan Virtue. Find him at the top of the leaderboards over at Pig Dogs Premium. He's doing great work. El Ninos will also join us. We've got Rod Zawacki. Chris Ruffalo will co-host. Great performance in college hoops. And looking up, moving up the NBA rankings and doing well in hoops is our friend Brian Bitler. Brian, how you doing?
Always doing good off a winning day yesterday, so I'm ready to build on that today.
All right, ready to build on that today. All right, Chris, ready for another week?
Absolutely ready to go.
All right, he bookends the show. It's Brian Bitler. Brian Bitler, how does the NBA card look to you today?
Well, I got my premium NBA pick out of the way. Got a winner on the Spurs, but I got another one I'm giving out free to your customers right now. It's coming up in just a second.
All right, that's right. Brian's got a game here. It's the TNT game, late night, 10 Eastern time. We've got Golden State Warriors at the LA Lakers. The line now reads LA laying 8.5. Total sits here at 227.
Yeah, this is my second favorite play on the day. Absolutely love the Warriors here. I got in at 9 early this morning, but 8.5, 8, 7.5, still good numbers. Lakers 7-15 against the spread. Last 22 games on Monday night, probably because they party over the weekend. But the Warriors 6-2 against the spread the last 8 road games. Lakers have the Milwaukee Bucks on deck next. So a prime look-ahead spot to a real showdown, Eastern Conference versus Western Conference. I just think the Warriors here, they're a bit of an up-and-down team all year. I think they turn it around a little bit, have a good, solid performance, and cover that spread against the Lakers.
You know, Chris, the Warriors, to me, are just a really tough team to predict. You know, they're not shooting as well as they have in the past. And what's your thoughts on this Warriors team?
Well, they've got to start showing a little bit more depth than Steph Curry and Draymond Green. They do have a young core around them. James Wiseman's going to be a stud. He's just going to only get better with time. I think it's just going to have to take a wait-and-see approach with the Warriors. You're going to have to wait till Klay Thompson gets back before you can really say that this Warriors team, I think, is going to be a contender again and challenge the Lakers in the West.
That's right. You know, you're going to hear you've seen the Lakers work here, Brian. Of course, you've seen their past results, but you're just looking squarely here on the Warriors, right?
Yeah, I mean, the Lakers really, if they wanted to, they could blow the Warriors out of the water. It's just how much do they, really need to keep their foot on the gas. Lakers have been a team from time to time when they're laying 7, 8, 9 points that, usually they just cruise into a victory with 5 or 6. So to me, the Warriors here are getting a ton of points. I think they're above average team. So I think there's a lot of value there.
All right. Brian Bitler here on the Warriors at plus 8.5. Points here. All right, Brian, let's take a look here at your numbers here as we let everybody know what you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium. We see the numbers here. Well, doing great work here. NBA units up over 675. We're doing great work as well as in college hoops.
Yeah, college basketball. What I'm selling tonight is my Big 12 game of the year, my biggest college basketball bet that I've made all season long. Going back over 4 seasons of college hoops, I'm 430 wins, 348 losses, 55% winners. So make sure you check that out. $30 at pickdogs.com, my Big 12 game of the year.
All right, guys, check out Brian Bitler over at Pig Dogs Premium. See the numbers here in NBA, over 675 units of profit, doing well in college hoops as well. So why not check out Pig Dogs Premium right now? Pick up a long-term pass from Brian. Go with that 7-day or 30-day all-sports pass. You get all of Brian's plays from the NBA, college hoops, of course, the NFL, as the playoffs are now into the championship round. So a good time to get on board here with Brian Bitler over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Brian, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success. We'll listen to you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time with Mitch and the company in the morning show, but you're back with here on Friday as you book in the show.
Yeah, I'll be back battling it out with Mitch and the guys tomorrow, busting him on his hurricanes, and always have good fun. But I look forward to my Friday with you guys.
All right, we definitely do. All right, Brian, have yourself a good night. All right, that was Brian Bitler here on the Drive-Thru as we continue on. And welcome him here for a second appearance, Jovan Virtue. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. He's easy to find because all you have to do is look at the top of the leaderboards, because ever since he's joined Pig Dogs Premium, that's where you've seen him atop the boards. Jovan, how you doing today?
I'm all right. How about yourself?
Can't complain. All right, let's get down to business here. You're looking at this one here. At 7 Eastern time, top of the hour, ESPN. Florida State at Louisville. Louisville now a 3.5-point favorite. Total sits about 141.5.
Yeah, so I'm rolling with FSU tonight. Florida State's coming into this one hot. Last week they blew out NC State 105-73, and then backed that up with an 83-75 victory over UNC on Saturday. Now, Leonard Hamilton's squad still gets after it on the defensive end, but they're amongst the better offensive teams in the nation, averaging 79.1 points per game on 46.8% shooting and 38.2% from three. Also, FSU has absolutely dominated Louisville in the last 3 games, winning the last 2 by double digits. That's something I could get behind. Louisville is coming off an ugly loss at Miami on Saturday, and they're just an average team on the offensive end and relies on defense to get the job done. And they're not a covering team at home, only going 2-3 against the spread. This is just way too many points for me.
All right, Jovan here on Florida State plus the points here. You know, Chris, you think of Leonard Hamilton's teams are tough, rugged, mentally tough, and very, very strong around the basket.
Yeah, whenever I hear Leonard Hamilton, I always think tough interior defense, and this team's no different. Florida State, but now they're getting it done on the offensive end as well. This is going to be a team to watch in the ACC tournament at the end of the year. I think they're going to make a run towards the championship.
All right, no arguments there. All right, Jovan, let's go ahead and take a look here at your numbers. You're doing great work over at Pig Dogs Premium. Past 30 days documented over 1,160 units of profit. Top of the hour, we got a lot of action going on here from the hoops. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Yeah, well, I got my Make Money Monday going 3-pack. Also got my 3-day package, my weekly package, and my monthly package. Need to hop up on those. It's on a low price, and I keep on winning. So there you have it.
There you go. You see Jovan Virtue. You see the numbers documented here. We had him last week, and he was doing well. Look at this, man. Past 7 days and past 30 days, doing great work over at Pig Dogs Premium. Those numbers are documented. Go check out his profile page. You'll see every pick Jovan listed onto the site. He just got his package going on tonight. Get those winnings. Upgrade to one of those long-term passes. You see them 7-day, 30-day all sports pass. You get all of Jovan's plays, NBA, college hoops, and of course the NFL playoffs. So get on board with Jovan. All right, Jovan, as always, great having your show. Continue that success. We'll talk to you Friday.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. Jovan Virtue here on the drive-through. All right, we'll continue here on the show. Reminder, guys, to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Free picks every day, and of course, it all gets started at 10 a.m. Eastern time with the morning show. We got Mitch, Rod Zawacki, Chris Ruffalo, and of course Brian Bitler. On weekends you get Ron Romanelli. Once in a while he shows up on a holiday Monday, but you'll see him on the show as well. And of course we got the Computer Pick Show and preceding our show, and then it's the drive-through at 6 p.m. Eastern time, and every Wednesday at 7 Eastern time it's the MMA show. And of course during MMA events you'll see some prelims shows and recaps on the channel as well. So a good time to subscribe. A lot more product coming on. And of course, as we just had our buddy here, let's see, Dylan Machinsky says, come on everybody, let's give us those thumbs up. Absolutely, I agree with you 100%, guys. Why don't you just give us the support, give us that thumbs up, help grow our audience, and of course, Chris, it really helps us out.
Absolutely, it does. And Tony just listed off all the programs we have lined up for you guys, and the thumbs up help us in those rankings. It can help us give you guys more content, more stuff throughout the days, and just keep you guys invested in what we have going on over at Pick Dogs Sports Chat Plays. But absolutely, we love the Pick Dogs family, the Pick Dogs crew. We appreciate all the support.
That's right, guys. We appreciate the support, and of course, those thumbs up, those likes. We greatly appreciate that because, as Chris said, it helps us out. Of course, Shane O'Mickle reminds you as well out there to do that. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. Chris, up in center here. Time for you with your pick for the show. ESPN Plus, top of the hour, 7 p.m. Eastern time. VMI and East Tennessee State. East Tennessee State laying the 7, total 144.5.
Yeah, the thing that caught my eye about this game is that, East Tennessee State used to be the team that would be one of the contenders out of the SoCon. I mean, we all know about your Furmans of the world and your Woffords, tournament darlings, if you will, that get into the NCAA tournament and wreak havoc because they're these teams that, a lot of people don't necessarily know about. And they're teams that get looked past against your Dukes, your Michigan States. But make no mistake, these teams are legit. The thing about East Tennessee State is while this has been a 28-7, 28-win team that usually either makes the NIT if they don't get to the big dance, this is a different East Tennessee State team this year. Something just feels a little bit different about this team, and not in a good way. I mean, you look, they lost to Furman on the road last time out. Double-digit loss. Those things are going to happen. Lost to Alabama on the road. but they've also played a couple of unlined games. They're beating teams like West Carolina, UNC Greensboro, Gardner-Webb. There's just not a lot on the schedule that really does a whole lot to wow anybody. VMI, on the other hand, this is a team that's perennially at the bottom of the SoCon, but all of a sudden this team's winning games. They're scoring points in bunches. Granted, the defensive effort hasn't been always there, but beat on the Citadel. They put up 110 points on the Citadel. It beat Chattanooga at home. It's a pretty good Chattanooga team, 84-79. They lost to Wofford by 2 points. They've had their own tests as well. I just think that, in East Tennessee State that sometimes has trouble scoring, they go through scoring droughts. Giving 7 points, the lines come down, 7 points to a VMI team that can put points on the board in bunches. If those shots are falling, it's going to be really hard for East Tennessee State to keep up. And when they're relying on their defense, a lot of times they won't keep up and keep track and be able to cover these big numbers. 7 points? It's not the biggest number in the world, but they'll have a hard time covering it. So I think this is another game that could come down to 3 or 4 points. I like VMI and the 7 points that we're getting here.
All right, Chris on VMI plus the 7 against East Tennessee State, exiting players from last year, not the same mid-major team as they were the past couple of seasons. All right, Chris, we know what you're doing over at Pig Dogs Premium. Your college basketball is hitting on fire here. Over 1,900 units of profit, document number 1 over at Pig Dogs Premium. We've got some games on the board going off at 7 Eastern time. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
So I had my both my packages go off the board earlier today with the St. John's game. Not only did they cover, they won outright. It's always sweeter when that happens. But you know what? The rest of the picks from that card I was able to sort of repurpose. I got my Monday Night Madness 3-pack. You can get my other 2 college basketball top plays for the night, including my Monday college basketball money machine. That's going to be going off at 9 o'clock. Got those 2 plays, as well as my favorite NHL play on the board tonight. Those 3 plays are going to put money in your pocket tonight. I have it over for $29.95 at Pick Dogs Premium. Or, guys, we always talk about those 3-day, 7-day, 30-day passes, even the season passes. Those are going to be your best value. If you want to either key in on one sport, you want to get it over a duration of time, save yourself some money on some of the packages that we normally offer. Those are going to be your best value. They're going to put cash in your pocket while also saving you money. Best of both worlds. You can't go wrong. PickDogs.com, SportsChatPlace.com, premium pick section.
That's right, guys. Check out Chris Ruffalo over at Pig Dogs Premium. You see the numbers here, 1,939 units of profit. That is document number 1. Go to the site, check out every pick that Chris posts on his profile page. And a good time to pick up one of those long-term passes. He repurposes 1-day passes for tonight. You pick that up, take those winnings, and upgrade it to a long-term pass from Chris Ruffalo over at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, we'll continue here with our coverage, and it's time to welcome to the show Rod Zawacki. You'll also find Rod in the mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern Time with Mitch and Company on the morning show every single day. Rod, how you doing?
Doing good, Tony.
All right, outstanding.
2-0 start.
That's great to hear. Let's get one in. Let's get one in for the show here. You picked up one of the marquee games tonight, 9 Eastern Time. ESPN has Kansas at Baylor. Baylor laying 8 now. A total sits here about 140.5.
Yeah, big game here. We got the Jayhawks versus the Baylor Bears, number 2 in the country. The Baylor Bears are. Everybody's figuring they're the only hope that has a chance to beat Gonzaga this year. So coming into this contest, you look historically at how many times Kansas comes into this game here, and then they make it a tight, close game. The road team in this series, if you look, is 23-8 ATS the last 32 meetings. But contest, you look, the Baylor offense ranked number 6 going against the Kansas Jayhawk defense, who's ranked 111th. Baylor's averaging over 87 points a game. I have them putting up between 70 and 80 points in this one here. Then you look at the Kansas offense and see how they're going to do against this Baylor defense. And enough. I don't think they can keep up with this Baylor offense. If this Baylor offense is hitting on all cylinders, it's going to be a long night for the Jayhawks. I like Baylor. Take Baylor minus the 8.
All right. Rod says go ahead and take Baylor minus the 8 here. I know everyone's looking to hear at a Gonzaga-Baylor national championship game. Chris, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think, this is going to be one of those games that kind of tells you on the scale where both teams are at. I kind of want to ask Rod, though, we talked about the side. Have you given a look to the total at all? I think it's sitting at 140.5. I know Tony and I were talking before the show. We think maybe it'd be a defensive battle. What do you think?
I think I like the under in that one, under 140, because we're definitely going to see a defensive battle here. The Baylor Bears are definitely going to come up defensively and shut down Kansas. I don't think Kansas offense can score enough there either. So I would lean the under. I like that too.
Long are the days when Kansas was making 50% of their shots and 40% from three. Seemed year after year after year. Not anymore over at Kansas. And then we're seeing them drop some games and shooting nowhere near as well as they did in the past. All right, Rod, we got the top of the hour here in about 40 minutes. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
I've got 2 packages still available. I've got my marvelous NHL Monday. If you just like NHL, you can grab that. You get 3 of my NHL best bets on the day, all in one package. Or I've got Rod's Marvelous Monday, which is my 2 NHL and my 1 NBA place card. Both marvelous opportunities to kickstart your week. A big winner. Let's put some cash in your pocket.
Let's get that cash on the pocket here for Marvelous Monday. Check out Rod Zawacki over at Pig Dogs Premium. You see the numbers documented in the NBA, 260 units of profit. That's all documented. Get that Marvelous Monday pass, get those winnings, and upgrade to a long-term pass. 7 and 30-day pass will get you all of Rod's plays from the Sports League handicaps, NBA, college basketball, NFL playoffs, NHL hockey. So get on board with Rod Zawacki. All right, Rod, as always, great having your show. We'll listen to you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time. You'll be back here on our show tomorrow.
Great to be here. You guys have yourself a wonderful evening. And let's get some winners.
Let's get those winners in. Get those winners home from Rod Zawacki. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. That's our format. We get them to you quick. Let's bring in Al Ninos. Al, how you doing? Woke up just in time.
How are you?
All right, doing great. All right, Al, you're going to look at this game here. On the NBA League Pass channel, 7:30 Eastern time, has the Mavericks and the Raptors. Raptors were a 5-point favorites. Now we're seeing 4.5. Total sits here at 221. Mavs here on a back-to-back, but the bettors so far aren't afraid to back them as we've seen money here on the Mavs.
Yeah, I still see a lot of 5s out there, but as you did mention, it's a couple of 4.5s popping up as well, so I would jump on this play sooner rather than later. I'm going with Mavs money line, by the way, if you want to get your bet in already. The reason why I'm taking the money line over the spread too, I might throw a couple of bucks on the +5 just for insurance, but I like the money line a lot better because if it does come to a close game, I think that Dallas has the better players to actually get the job done and get the win. Toronto's just not been the same team. They've lost a lot of players and off to a horrible start, just 4-8 straight up and 3-9 against the spread. So while Dallas is 6-6 straight up and 7-5 against the spread. So a bit better for them against the spread. Raptors a bit worse against the numbers. So I can't blame you if you rather take the points here. But again, as I said, I think there's a lot more value on that money line.
All right, El Nino sees the value here on the money line with the Dallas Mavericks. Hard to argue that, Chris, when you saw Toronto face Charlotte and really could not get separation on the Hornets. And when I saw those games, it just doesn't seem to be a whole lot of spark from this Toronto team. I don't know if it's the fact that they're playing in Tampa Bay or what's going on there.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say, this is an uninspired Raptors team because they can't go home. They're home, but they're not home. You know what I mean? So and this is a Toronto team, take it from me, being in this market. This team feeds off of that crowd when they're nuts. You see the people standing outside, lining up outside the arena. That's when Toronto's at their best. These are the Tampa Raptors. They're not the Toronto Raptors. I like the value of the points. I don't know if I'd go as far as money line, but it's worth a play. It's worth a look.
Yeah, I missed the great fan. Who's that guy behind this with that turban around? He's always a popular fan.
The super fan.
The super fan, yeah. I mean, there's a little bit of character there in that arena, and of course they have their little pep rallies and playoffs. So they got the fan base really riled up, but of course this is really impacting them heavily. All right, Al, you're on the money line here with the Dallas Mavericks. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
I still got a 3-pack with my 2 best NBA bets and my favorite NHL player of the night, if you want to check that out.
All right, one day pass here from El Nino's over at Pig Dogs Premium. Get on board with it. And of course, when you do, take those winnings and upgrade to a long-term pass, and you'll see Al's plays available there at Pig Dogs Premium. Of course, all sports pass means you get every play that Al releases on the website. All right, Al, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great night. We'll talk with you tomorrow. Actually, you're here for the final segment.
Yeah, we'll see you then.
We'll see you then. El Nino's here on the drive-thru. Guys, don't forget, at the end of the show, if you happen to miss some of the picks, we will recap every pick given on the show, so be sure to tune in as well. And we're here every day, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time with the drive-thru. All right, now it's time for yours truly for my pick for the show. And we're going to go to some Mountain West action, and we're going to look at this Wyoming Air Force game. I'm going to take this one over 137. Listen, both teams can't play defense. Air Force allowing over 50% shooting, Wyoming 52%. Falcons, Mountain West games, they are shooting the ball well at 47%, but when you look at these teams head-to-head, they've gone over 5 straight times, over 7 of 8 overall, and the Cowboys 5 straight overs against teams under 500. I'm looking over here, Chris, on this Wyoming and Air Force game, and how have you factored, how did you handicap much in the Mountain West?
Tell you the truth, it's for me, it's by process of elimination. Take some of these teams, and if they burn me, well, that's when they end up on the bad list. Like I can tell you, Wyoming. I thought Wyoming was a shoo-in against Omaha a few weeks ago. Oh man, they never even came close to the sniff of a cover until late, and they still didn't do it. So Wyoming ended up in the bad book. But a lot of it's just like you and I normally do, like organic handicapping, just reading into the numbers, seeing who can defend, who can't, who shoots well, who doesn't. You know, it's just one of those things that's just you sort of get into the habit of over time.
Absolutely, no question. Guys, check out Pig Dogs Premium. I got a 3-pack up there. And, of course, I also have my long-term pass for 7 and 30 days. You can find me over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, now it's the time of the show where we recap all the picks from today's show. All right, it started with Brian Bitler. El Nino's will join us here. He said take the Warriors plus 8.5 against the Lakers. Jovan on Florida State plus a 3.5 against Louisville. Chris, VMI plus the 7 against East Tennessee State. Zawacki, Baylor Bears laying the 8 against Kansas. El Nino's Mavericks money line plus 165 against the Raptors. Yours truly was on Wyoming and Air Force over 137. We'll start with Chris. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
I think it's my favorite free play on the board tonight. I like Jovan's Florida State plus 3.5. I think the Seminoles have a good chance to win that one outright.
All right, one vote here for Florida State. Let's go with El Nino's.
I will go with your over, Tony.
All right, agreement there on the over, and I will piggyback with Chris with Jovan's pick here with Florida State at plus the 3.5 against Louisville. All right, guys, that's our edition of the drive-thru. Be sure to tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do this all over again with our Pick Dogs cappers giving out free plays, live free plays, well before the prime time hour. So we started at 6 p.m. Eastern Time and get you out of here just in time to get those bets in. And of course, it all gets started at 10 a.m. Eastern Time with the morning show. You got Mitch, you got Rod, you got Chris, you got Brian Bitler. They'll break down the games, so that the line games for you. And of course, we'll pick up the slack if there's any line changes, as well as picks against the current live numbers at 6 Eastern Time. All right, let's go ahead and bring in the crew from today's show. Give yourselves a nice wave goodbye. And here we go. We got Rod Zawacki. Hey, that sign's moving a little bit. So he likes the Predators money line. We're trying to check the confidence level here. Predators money line for Rod Zawacki here with his birdcage pick. All right, guys, have yourself a good night, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.